Horror movies generally don't scare me anymore. When I was a kid, everything scared me. But now that I've grown older, not scared anymore. But there is a type of horror movie that does frighten me. And it's ghost movies. We all know someone, and maybe even ourselves, have experienced something that we blame on ghosts. Whether or not they're real, the experience of ghosts are real. In your hometown, was there a house that people were like, oh yeah, vampires are in that house. Oh, don't talk to old man McGillicuddy, he's a werewolf. Never happens in life. But ghosts are a presence out there. Even if they're not dead people, any sort of spirit, there's something that we don't understand, and they make movies about them, and that's why that movie is scary.
The only thing that scares me about ghosts is when they drive ghostly cattle through the sky. Look at that handsome fella. It's Robert Redford. This is from Sean, who says, any thoughts on Robert Redford as an actor and director? Any favorite roles or films? Thanks as ever for The Basement.
Yeah, I have wondered if he's a great actor or is he just a great superstar. And I've thought about it more. I think he's a really good actor.
Yeah, he's just not an actor that you think about. When I think great actors, I don't think Warren Beatty. I don't think Robert Redford.
But that doesn't make them not great actors.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with Brad Pitt.
Uptown from Chris and Tom Frank. Happy autumn to you all. Not sure if our last postcard ever came through. I think it did. But we had a nice first visit to Wisconsin, visiting Milwaukee en route to Faribault, Minnesota, and we are hoping to make FolksCon too. Anyhow, Chris and I just saw a double feature of Confessed Fletch and See How They Run. Craig would appreciate the depiction of Duke Attenborough. Sorry, the post office messed up the ending. It was not your handwriting. Can't read that. Chris and Tom.
Is that the Uptown Theater in Minneapolis?
I don't know.
Okay, let me see. If it is the Uptown in Minneapolis, been there.
This James Joyce postcard from Tim in Providence, Rhode Island. A token from the recent James Joyce exhibit at the Morgan Library and Museum in Manhattan, celebrating the 100th anniversary of James Joyce's novel Ulysses. Read it, by the way. The exhibit had to be seen to be believed. Lori and I saw it, and we wished you were there to see it too. Best wishes, happy autumn.
No, I don't believe. I didn't see it.
The City Walls of Chester from Sam. Postcard number 6. I've got an obscure, spooky movie. Postcard number 6. Postcard number 6. I've got an obscure, spooky movie for seeing it. Trick or Treat, 1986, featuring Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons. Happy early or late Halloween. I think I've seen that. Is that the one with the heavy metal kid? And someone's a demon? There's a demon?
Sounds like with that cast, that's a possibility.
There was a movie where there was a heavy metal kid, and he releases a demon or he summons a demon, and Ozzy Osbourne plays a TV preacher who's condemning heavy metal. It's actually really funny. And then the demon kills him.
Oh.
Yeah. We've got another close-up still from a music video from the 80s from Emil Carlson. Just when you least expect it, I'm back with another music video postcard. The unfortunate thing about this postcard app is that the message is printed, because one of my favorite things about unboxing is watching Matt struggle to read people's bad handwriting. Oh well. Do you think you can tell what that is?
This is Goody Two Shoes by Adam and the Ants.
Don't drink, don't smoke, what do you do?
That's what these guys are saying.
Okay.
Sudden innuendos follow.
Must be something inside. This is from Aaron in Hell's Kitchen. I bet it's a bunch of postcards with art prints on them.
We shall see. New York with all the art.
There's an envelope for me.
Envelope for me.
He sends another wacky sticker from the old days. Virginia slums. Thin cigarettes. It's got smokestacks. It's funny. I'm pretty sure on a past episode, Craig mentioned that McCabe and Mrs. Miller was one of his all-time favorite films. Seeing as how I've had Reds on my movies to see list for literary decades, I accidentally had a Warren Beatty cinema immersion tank a few weeks ago, rounding it out with The Parallax View, Heaven Can Wait, and Splendor in the Grass. As with all cinema immersion tanks, it was a fun journey through different genres and decades with a great actor and, I argue, great, even better director. We were just talking about Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
That's not technically the cinema immersion tank. That would have been watching Reds for 5 days in a row. But I'm glad that you had a good time doing your thing.
We have a bunch of postcards from the American Northeast. We got West Virginia, where the Northeast begins.
And where my sister lives.
Moving to the north, we have Pittsburgh, Penna. That's before they narrowed down the states to just 2 letters.
Pittsburgh, Penna.
To the east, Nantucket, been there. And then there is the Shawnee Inn Golf Club, wherever that is. Oh, it's in the Poconos.
When you go to our I'm losing it.
Yeah,
my
man.
mouth is...
Oh, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. All right, focus now. Good. Read.
When you go to our website, welcometothebasementshow.com, you can see all of our episodes. And you can also see PayPal donation buttons that you can click on to make a one-time or rolling monthly donation to support our show. It's something that really helps, and that's why I'm going to salute a short list of our monthly donors.
Do it.
Malcolm, Kevin, Charles, Wilson, Jay, Dan, Alexander, Jonathan, David, Mara, Stephanie, Mario, Michael, Kevin, Clayton, Jennifer, Eric, Ashton, Ann, Zach, Tiffany, Graham, Peter, Maura, and Andrea. The rest of our donors later in the show. House of the Shelley Long Shadows. Nothing but screenings of Troop Beverly Hills.
Billy Beatty Pipewire. I'm Billy D.D. Pipewire.
What are you talking about? I missed it.
Well, so what's all this then?
No, you said that wrong. It's supposed to be, what's all this then?
Within it lie all the treasures of mankind.
Treasures like wow. Wow. Sing along, Craig.
Victoria should have learned to deal with her suffering, as we all have in our own way.
Suffering?
Succotash.
Did you see the naked terror on his face? That's it.
The classic heroine line.
To hell with the classic heroine line.
Now, the classic heroine line is, I'm Jones and man, I need a fix. Sadie!
It's all part of being a black cat. It's one of their specialties.
You shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Whoever wrote the copy for this? Horror Legends Vincent Price of The Oblong Box. Christopher Lee of The Crimson Cult. John Carradine of The Sentinel. John Carradine was in Grapes of Wrath. And of course, Desi Arnaz, who was in Billy Two Hats.
And now, viewer questions.
James M. Hunt writes, Hello, gents. What movie did you see when you were younger and when revisited later in life blew your mind? This is a movie that blew my mind when I was a kid and I first saw it. Then I revisited, blew my mind again, and then revisited again, blew my mind a totally different way. David Lynch's The Elephant Man, which I saw as soon as we got cable. I would have been 9 years old.
Probably thought it was some sort of horror movie.
And in the end, when the Elephant Man kills himself, I'd think, oh, he just wants to sleep like the rest of us. And then I saw it when I was in college. I thought of like a dozen different reasons. He's reached his pinnacle, or that he's still a freak. He's just a freak in a tuxedo now. And then I saw it again a decade after that, and I'm like, no. He just wanted to lay down like the rest of us.
So you circled.
I circled around. But each time it blew my mind.
King Crab. What are some of the worst film titles you remember? As mentioned previously on the show, Bitter Rice is an absolutely terrible name. Yeah. There is a movie with Marlee Matlin. It's called What the Bleep Do We Know? It's kind of a stupid title just by itself.
Yeah.
But the bleep is the really dumb part, because why do you put it in your title if you can't say it? And it's not clever or funny. It's just dumb. Why don't you say, what the heck do we know?
Mm-hmm.
Or what the hell do we know?
Well,
why do you have to say fuck?
It's the same as the TV show Bleep My Dad Says and the B in Apartment whatever.
23, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you're not only making a TV show with a swear word in the title to be edgy, but you're making all of us think the word.
Yeah, you're cursing, but you're not cursing, but you are cursing.
Mm-hmm. And now we are too.
And whenever I hear that question, that movie always is at the front of the list. And right behind it, Lucky Number 11.
And now the rest of our donors. Amber, James, Katrine, Melanie, Greg, Ella, Nicole, Abigail, Andres, Nathan, Aaron, Emily, Mitchell, Adam, Ralph, Anne, Mike, and Kemp's son. Thank you.
We get so many wonderful packages in our P.O. box. We're going to get to a couple of them in just a minute. But we also get a lot of records. And when I get them, I try and listen to them. I haven't listened to them for quite a while, but I've got one to talk about today. It is this little thing right there. It is a band called The World is a Beautiful Place and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die. I don't think that's a great title for a band name.
I think that's a wonderful title for a band
A
name.
little busy.
Yeah.
It's even busier than And You Will Know Us by the Trail of
Our
Dead.
Yeah. Which I think is an amazing title.
As far as I can tell, this is uncollected songs from this band, from compilations and things like that. It has colored vinyl. I will show it off.
We love the colored vinyl on the show here.
Doesn't really come across too clearly there, but it's clear and it's green. Good stuff. A little bit of marbling there. I've talked about this band before. I would say that they sound like the band MGMT, but they're a lot less shimmery. MGMT with a harder edge and less, like, sparkles. That is this band. I do not like this man's fashion choices. I don't like that. And I don't like this man's mustache.
I saw some sort of ad recently where it's a guy with a mustache. It's like a bristly one. And he's eating this slice of pizza. And all I'm thinking about is like, the pizza's just going to go up there.
Every time I think about David Crosby eating, it's just disgusting. Because he's got the thing, it's just like, it hangs over his entire mouth.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have a mustache like that? Do you not enjoy kissing? Have you just given up on kissing?
Yeah.
It's like people have all the shit with piercings in their lips.
I don't know.
I understand the eyebrow, because you're not really doing anything up there. You don't got to mess with this up here. You can have a ring there. But in the nose and the mouth, things are coming out. They're going in. Why stand in the way of progress?
Now what?
Now let's open some packages.
All right.
Oh my.
Oh my.
This is from something called Keep Smiling. It's a place in Kentucky that take photos and turn them into things that are framed and printed. This is a bit of love for you guys. A snap from the first episode I watched. Still one of my favorites.
What shirt? My Taliesin shirt. It's not that old. I have my glasses.
This person might be referring to this.
No.
This is a still from our show, and it's been framed, and it's been treated in an interesting way, and this is a really great memento for our show. Thank you to whoever sent this.
Yes, thank you.
If you see this, tell us in the comments who you are.
Out here it says that this is from Catherine on Staten Island, but here it says it's from Sal. Dear Matt and Craig of Welcome to the Basement. It's us. Hope you enjoy. Don't get lost in the pages like I did. Read a random review and then scouring the internet trying to find the now super obscure movie. Happened to me too many times. Sal. P.S. Love the show. Keep up the great work. We have the master, Roger Ebert, movie home companion.
Oh, wow. There he is.
House of Games, 4 stars. He loves that movie. Cry Freedom only got 2.5. Take that, Stephen Biko. Cannonball Run, half star.
I liked Cannonball Run when I was a kid.
Yep.
Back before I knew what good movies were.
Yeah.
I just like movies that my dad would laugh at.
It's funny if you're a kid or your dad.
It's funny when he hits Dom DeLuise.
It was funny whenever Dom DeLuise would turn into a superhero for no logical reason. It's funny when the two sexy women are driving whenever they get pulled over by a cop. They go zip. They're like, oh, you can just keep driving. That's their big plan of getting across the United States fastest.
Boobs.
Boobs.